Did you know?
History books for life. History books for life.
And
Africa is not our home. Oh, while I dare back. Africa is not our home.
because
The Indians were you. The Indians were you. The Indians were you.
that's why.
Finds himself in exile in his own land. His own land.
So,
You just want to claim a spot for the whole thing.
because
We were always here. We were always here. We were always here. We were always here. Welcome to the Aboriginal Channel. On this episode, we're going to be discussing how the Eskimos learned the Indian culture. It seems like every time you see them, they're talking about some ancient culture of the ancestors, this and that and this. Since we know the real true narrative, I want to know why or how they know the culture so well. Here we have the population by race of Virginia. And then we go down, it starts at 1790. Second column is white. This column here is the black. And this is the Eskimo. We'll go up here and read it. White, black, American Indian Eskimo column right here. This one. That's got the highlight. So it says NA, not available. Up till the 1860s, there was 94 there. And then in between 1870 and 1880, there was 229. Down here is the black column, right? So there was 12,000 free blacks since start of the census counts in Virginia. There was already 12,000 free blacks there. If you go up every 10 years, there was 19,000 in 1800, 30,000 free blacks in Virginia in 1810, all the way up to 1860s. If we move down here, it says Hampton University is a private, historically black university in Hampton, Virginia. It was founded in 1868 after the American Civil War to provide education to freedmen. Yet there was already in the 1860s, there was over 50,000 free blacks in Virginia in 1860s. They didn't make this school until 1868. Now, if you go down, it says in 1878, it established a program for teaching Native Americans that lasted until 1923. So in 1878, in between 1870 and 1880, there was 229 so-called American Indian Eskimos in Virginia that they started the Native American program for at that historical black college. So the thing is, there was already 50 something thousand free blacks that they didn't start a school for until 1868. 10 years later, when there was only 229 so-called American Indian Eskimos in the state, they started the Native American program that lasted until 1923. That's a significant day because in 1924, they passed the Racial Integrity Act. So basically, while our ancestors was down the hallway learning about white Jesus and the word of God through the Bible, the Eskimos, who had recently been brought out of the snow and up in northern Canada, were being taught how to beat on drums, knit blankets, fix hair ornaments with feathers, things like that. And that's what this right here is telling us. It should be noted that those powwows that's all around the country is something similar to like a traveling fair. In our minds, we would think that every group of Indians in every location had their own powwows, but this is like a traveling circus. On March 20th, 1924, Virginia passed the Act to Preserve Racial Integrity, which defined as colored all persons having any discoverable non-white ancestry, and therefore subjugating all persons of mixed race ancestry to the racial segregation laws and laws against interracial marriage. Now, this is an important one. Should explain why so many so-called Mexicans look like so many of these Native Americans, also known as Eskimos. The Mexican repatriation was a mass deportation of Mexicans and Mexican Americans from the United States between 1929 and 1936. Estimates of how many were repatriated range from 400,000 to 2 million. through the history books, which has all been a lie. So therefore, if it's a lie, then what's the truth? If it's a lie, then what's the truth?